Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Hockey Fights Cancer Night here at Kirk Nevin Arena. Thank you for joining us this evening, Greensburg, Salem, West Allegheny, and thank you to Corey Mensch, former head coach of the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions, for allowing his children Emma and Charlie to be our little models for the pucks that they are selling this evening. You can get them at the front desk. I'm not sure if they're going to be selling them online or not, but please make sure that if you have a charity or something that you are interested in, they're probably going to need more help than anything right now. So if you have the ability, please donate to whatever you can. Thank you.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to Greensburg, Pennsylvania. It is Kirk Nevin Arena. It is a PIHL Single A Gold Division matchup here between the visiting West Allegheny Indians and the home Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Welcome down to Lynch Field. My name is Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday evening. It's another big single A matchup between two of these squads. Of course, you know how the playoffs work, so each team's going to need to get an opportunity to sneak in to one of those last two spots. It is early, but every point matters, and when you're talking about two teams that are this close in the standings, it's going to be something important to make sure that you get as many points as you can. So we're going to start with our visiting squad tonight in the red with the white lettering, a little bit of black trim on that. We're going to talk about the West Allegheny Indians. They are led by head coach Stephen Myers. They are 3-3 on the year, 9 points. They're tied for 5th in the Gold Division. It's going to be number 1, Skylar Pilardi Roberts. Number 13, Noah Figley. Number 15, Colton Romano. Number 25 will be Maddox Lukatic. Number 31 will be Luca Fayad. Number 33, Aldo Betta. Starting in goal tonight, making his varsity debut, number 35, Connor Pipes. Talon Zandona will be wearing number 37. Nathan Athanas will be wearing number 46. Logan Dietrich will be wearing 52. 54 will be Mason McGrath. Number 57, Carter Glasspole. Number 61 will be John Wineland. Number 73, Tyler Loki. Number 78, Logan McKee. Number 83, Luke Sawford. Number 87 will be Cam Davenport. Number 96 will be Chase Knoll. And number 99 will be Thomas Slomsky. On the opposite side, we are talking about the team in white with the brown and gold trim, that the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions, led by head coach Anthony DeFazio. It'll be number 7, Cooper Outley. Number 15, Cam Chirac. Number 17, Nate Ross. Number 23 will be Luca Vento. Number 25 will be Crosby Kushner. Number 28, Jeremiah Falk. Number 30, Jackson Klingensmith. Starting in goal tonight, number 35, Hayden Henry. Number 43 will be Bryce Ferris. Number 44, Nolan Weaver. Number 55 will be Luke Dieter. Number 58, Jaden Ostrowski. Number 65 will be Jake Fink. Number 71, Ty Hutchinson. Number 84, Chase Schlushman. And number 97, Ace Klingensmith. They are 2-5 on the season. 6 points for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. That is good for 7th right now in the Gold Division. Well, sit back, relax, enjoy a Thursday evening here. It is Berg Hockey Night here from Greensburg. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Night on 10-Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. We will be back with the opening face-off between the Golden Lions and the Indians in less than 2 minutes. Hockey Fights Cancer Night here at Kirk-Nevin Arena. Thank you for joining us this evening. Greensburg, Salem, West Allegheny, and thank you to Corey Mensch, former head coach of the Greensburg, Salem Golden Lions, for allowing his children, Emma and Charlie, to be our little models for the pucks that they are selling this evening. You can get them at the front desk. I'm not sure if they're going to be selling them online or not, but please make sure that if you have a charity or something that you are interested in, they're probably going to need more help than anything right now. So if you have the ability, please donate to whatever you can. Thank you. Before we get started here this evening, real quick thank you to Spencer Long. He is the lead man there at Wildcats Network. They take care of all the Greater Latrobe games. They're in Baldwin tonight. He's down at Ice Castle. They start at 9 p.m., but he was able to take time out of his day to come down see me today and see if we can get online and make sure we can bring you the broadcast here from Kirk-Nevin Arena. So thank you, Spencer. It is very much appreciated from here, from Brian Mitchell, the PIHL, of course, 10-Band TV, being able to bring all the games we can to whoever we can. So thanks to you, Spencer. But while the pleasantries are aside, let's have some fun out there this evening. It is time to play some hockey. They are getting to the nets right now. They're talking it over, making sure they figure out what is going on. Your starters this evening: Hayden Henry for Greensburg Salem, 1-3 on the year, a .736 goals against average and a .700 save percentage. Opposite side, no stats for this man because it is his varsity debut. Connor Pipes, the sophomore for the Indians, going to give it a go here. 17 minutes your time in the first. Up in your left corner, you'll get your scoreboard. They'll do the intros and we'll get underway here momentarily from the Kirk-Nevin Arena. As always, the names will come with the numbers as we go throughout this evening. I've seen Greensburg, Salem, and West Allegheny this year, so it'll be a little bit easier. But it's going to be Chase Noel stepping in with Luke Dieter, and we will be underway here from Lynchfield. It'll be back to Lukitic. He'll pass it in. Outley will just dump this one back out. Lukitic will just dump this one back in. It's going to be tough with Lukitic. He has the 2 of the 25 covered on the side of his jersey, so I might screw that up every once in a while. On the opposite side, West Allegheny That's going to be Zandona leaving it in, carrying it in. He's going to have an opportunity. Shot on, save made by Henry. He'll hold on, face-off coming up. 16:34 remaining in the first. Yeah, those JV varsity oddities that you get every once in a while. He still has that number covered up. Sorry, there's two separate Lukatics. I believe there is a call up tonight. I'll have to look and see what we got going on. I didn't see it on the pregame. Back it goes. Klingesmith behind. He'll leave it into the corner. Betta will leave that one by. Greensburg Salem dumps it up, and it'll be dumped back out. And out for Ferris. He'll carry it in, just dump it back into the zone. Into the corner, it'll be Athanas. They'll fight off a check there. They'll have to regroup behind the cage. Back around. Betta will collect it, and he'll just carry it across the blue all the way across where that's going to be looking for Lukatic. Ferris tries to get around Betta. He does stay in front of us, and Ross will dump this one back in. It's going to be picked up by Schlesman. He'll shoot it on. It'll be saved. Back around. Klingesmith dumps it down, and it'll be the Indians trying to carry it back out. Lukatic will dump this one into the zone and around here behind the cage. That is Fink. He'll just dump this one out, back out. Jake Fink leading the scoring for the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions this season. He missed the last broadcast that I had, so I wasn't able to see how he's improving this year, but he was on a tear to start the season. Back in, Greensburg-Salem will dump this one in. Hutchinson will chase it down, but Figley will get there. Back around. Figley has to skate off a defender, back in and out to Chirac. Chirac telling me in pregame he wants me to hype up his hits. I said, get a couple hits out there. Just don't hurt anybody. We'll see what we can do. Parad will dump this one in, and it'll come back. Chirac behind. Bounces one down and around. A regroup, and it'll be an Indian falling down opportunity in front was Fayad. He couldn't get to it, so it's going to be cleared back out. That'll be Slomsky having to hand it back down to himself. A little bit of pressure there from Hutchinson. We have a hand pass, I believe we're talking about, outside the zone. 14:46 remaining. We'll have a face-off directly to our right here at Nevin Arena. Scoreless between these two squads. Stepping in is Chase Knoll and Luke Dieter once again. Face-off will be one off the glass directly at us, but carrying it in is Wineland. Wineland on the half wall. We'll throw this one down around. Noel can't chase it, so it's going to go back out. Ooh, looking for the tip in front. It's going to be held on to by Henry. Rebound comes up there saying no goal on it. Puck did come loose temporarily. We've got a little extracurriculars in front of the net. They'll break it up, and we'll get another face-off. Once again, thank you to our friends at Wildcats for getting us and able to bring you a broadcast this evening. It's always tough sometimes with the technology and the internet, so we're getting there. Don't worry. We'll get you taken care of. Klingesmith's going to get dumped around. It's going to be a big hit in front by Falk. It comes back around. Ostrowski will dump this one out of the zone, and it's going to go clear down. Slomsky will have to chase down in his own zone. Picked up and back out for Knoll. Knoll across the blue, across the red. He's going to chase back into his own neutral zone. Back to Wineland. Wineland brings it in. Top of the circle. Shot blocked. Rebound. Dieter will just pass this one back out. It'll be picked up and carried by Vento. Vento takes a hit direct in front of us by Zandona. Out comes Slomsky. He'll dump this one through. Gentleman wearing Lukatic's jersey. I'll just go and call him that for now until I figure out who it is. We'll just dump it in, and it will be an icing call. 13:49 remaining here in the first frame. We'll bring it all the way back down. All right, that is Cam Davenport wearing the second Lukatic jersey. 87 in the rosters, but he's helping him out. Loki will dump this one through. Wait, Loki in, shot, just goes around, back out. Athanas will dump this one and be blocked in front by Greensburg Salem. They'll get it in and turn it around, but Loki with a nice little keep opportunity coming in. It's Betta. That'll take the backhand across, back down Athanas. Picked up by Greensburg. Salem out, trying to get it back to Ferris, but it'll bounce back around. They'll have to regroup and dump this one back out. Ferris lets this one go in. It's up. Back to Betta. Betta will just look for the drop pass, but nobody home. Coming the other way. Fink into the zone. Fink's shot, save made, goes on. Falling on it is Pipes. He'll hold on with 12:56 remaining here in the first. Face off to the left of the sophomore netminder in his varsity debut. Back down around the Indians will pick it up. It'll be dumped around by Slomsky. It'll be kept in by Greensburg. Salem. Down it goes. Slomsky will take a little bit of pressure from Hutchinson. Back out, picked up, then dumped up to the point. Weaver blocks and it's going to come out of the zone. Klingensmith will chase it down behind the cage, and that'll be an icing call. 12:39 remaining in the first. Fink will step in with Dietrich. It'll be one into the corner. Hutchinson bounces it around, looking behind the cage for Kushner. Back out to Weaver. And back out of the zone. Fink will have to collect, dump it back in. Picked up by Cam Davenport. It'll be bounced back out. And into the zone it goes. Slomsky behind. A wheel behind, looking for Hutchinson. Hutchinson leaves it for Weaver. Weaver shot, looks for the tip in front. And glove down and held on to by Pipes. 12:05 remaining in the first. Scoreless here at Nevin Arena. All right, face-off coming up to the left of the sophomore netminder. Dieter will try to win the faceoff forward, but he goes back to Falk. He'll just dump it behind the cage, and the Indians will regroup. Taps it back out, looking for Wineland, but kept in by Outley. So he dumped in front. Dieter with an opportunity. Wasn't able to get a foot on it. Back down behind it goes up to the point and cleared up. Outley will try to get it even in. It's going to be taken over to Dieter. Dieter's shot goes off the outside of the cage. Back down, shot in, blocked, and cleared out, where it's going to be Chirac waiting to throw it up to Knoll. They'll just dump it back in. He had Wineland. Wineland was behind the defender, but they'll regroup. Back up it goes for Greensburg-Salem. Greensburg-Salem brings it in. Dieter gets around a defender. A little bit of a tomfoolery there. It'll be shot on and held to by Pipes. Getting to the young netminder early here, but 4 saves already. 11:20 remaining here in the first frame. Ross steps in with Loki. It'll be one back for Figley. Figley dumps one up and out of the zone it goes. Ross goes for Lukatic. Out for Loki. Loki's shot goes just wide of Henry, and it'll just be cleared into the corner. Back behind it goes. Betta will dump it around for Lukatic. He's going to pass it up for Figley, but it's not enough on it to get it out of the zone. So an opportunity here coming the other way. Carrying in is Schlerman. Schulman will bring it in. He gets around a couple defenders, but can't get that last one. That was Figley getting back up to make the play, and it'll be Lukatic taking the puck. Carrying it in front of us. He's going to bring it into the zone and looks for a drop pass, but it's going to be Ace Klingensmith with a nice little play to get the puck separated. Back up looking for Ferris, but it's going to be Loki battling him in the corner. Lukatic passes this one up for Figley at the point. Shot will go through a couple defenders and blocked on the last one. Schlischman couldn't get to it, so it comes back outside the zone where Figley will take it and just dump it back in. It'll be picked up by the Golden Lions and carried out. Ferris couldn't get to it. He was looking for the line change, so it's going to be Klingensmith battling down. And Lukatic will look for the hit there by Klingensmith. He does avoid it temporarily. Back down around it goes. Hutchinson. Leaves it around. Lukatic behind the cage. Gets a little bit of pressure there. And Athanas will take the puck and dump this one out for Romano. Romano on the fly. Tips one around. Nobody home, but a little bit of defense, a little bit of help from his teammate. That's Dietrich. Will take a puck and throw it on cage. Back down, Ostrowski will throw this one out, tipped around by Fink, back to the center ice area. Dumped in by Dieter and off to Fink. Fink into the zone, waits, thinks on the backhand, tries to throw one through, and it's going to be a nice little play by Slomski. Back out, Ostrowski couldn't play it, so it's going to be Fayad carrying it out of the zone. Here come the Indians the other way. Opportunity here by West Allegheny. Throws it in front for the tip in front, but it's going to be picked up by the Golden Lions. A little extracurriculars going behind. Another chance here, but it's going to be Klingensmith behind, looking for a little bit of pressure. Fink will pick it up, and he will carry it out of the zone. And back in, looking for the shot, blocked by Slomski. Back up and kept by Fayad. Into the zone, he gets trucked up by Chirac. No call on the play. Back behind, Outley looks for the hit from Romano, but nobody home. Back out, Falk is going to lose that puck. Coming in the other way is Figley, and they are calling offside on the play. 8:48 remaining here in the first frame. Once again, thank you for joining me here on this Thursday evening. I am Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Night here on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10band.tv. We've got a bunch of games you could be watching on the 10-Band network, and if you choose to, go check out the Greater Latrobe Wildcats playing Baldwin on the Wildcats network on Facebook and YouTube. Check them out. A lot of games tonight, though, that you could be watching from the PIHL for free. Puck will be thrown back through center. Back out it goes and dumped in by Figley. Back down, picked up by Chirac. Greensburg Salem will just dump this one through. Figley once again tries to get it around. Falk back down, picked up Vento. Will let this one go back and out. It goes to the point. Dumped up, and Wineland will just tip this one through. The captain will chase it down, but he has Outley in front of him. Chirac will go back on change. Hit in the corner. Draws the cheers from the student section. Greensburg Salem always having a great student section every time I cover a game. Slomski will dump this one in off of the skate of Wineland. It does go back into the zone, back around. Betta will get it in the near far corner. Klingensmith can't get to him first, so it'll be brought back out to the point. Schlischman will battle along for Lukatic. Lukatic proper will bring this one in. Shot on Henry with the save. Rebound comes back down, and it's going to be tried to be stuffed in and held onto by Henry with 7:28 remaining here in the first. Scoreless from Lynch Field, Kirk Nevin Arena, Greensburg, Salem, and West Allegheny. Face-off will be won back by the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Cleared up to the point. Slomski shot, tipped through. Oh, Henry was watching for the extra as Loki was there, but with the screen, doesn't make it through, so they'll regroup. The Indians will set up, pass out. That is going back to Davenport. He throws for a shot, goes through everything behind the cage. Lukatic will have to chase this one into the corner. Ross battles him off, and a little bit of help there from Betta. Back around, it'll go Ferris. Ferris carries it up, and off of Betta, he'll just turn around and try to get it. A little bit of a hit there, keeps it on. Figley watches as it's going to be picked up by Betta. Betta into the zone. Into the far corner, he's challenged off by Ferris. No, sorry, that was actually Nolan Weaver. I saw the 4 and the 3 was out there too, but opportunity coming the other way is going to be Chase Schlesman, the freshman for Greensburg Salem, and Lukatic will carry it back into the zone. Fink rubs him out along the boards. Back Outley up to the point. Schlesman loses the puck, and Outley will have to pick up the play behind the cage. Skated around up for Ferris, but Dietrich with a nice stick to get it back into the corner. Back up at Ferris. Over for Fink. Fink is going to carry it out of the zone. Fink gets around, shot on, save, and held on to by Pipes. 5:54 remaining in the first. Scoreless here at Kirk Nevin Arena. We do have a second game for you on the doubleheader. After this one is over, it's going to be Hempfield and Armstrong. I'll be on the call for that one. Of course, there's a couple games going on the other channels. There's Matt Popchalk and the 10-band crew, Uno, are down at Mount Lebanon. You're hanging out with me on the sub channel. they won't let me on the main channels, so I have to go in and sneak in like I did 2 weeks ago. Back around, Hutchinson behind the cage, throws one up off, and it does go behind. From this angle, kind of looked like he bounced it in, but that's going to be shot on. Save made by Pipes. Rebound comes up along the side of the boards. Rebound comes on, and that's going to be bounced off of Pipes and in. Greensburg Salem takes a 1-0 lead. Fink looks to be leading the line, so they'll give it to Fink for the opening goal with 5:18 remaining in the first. The Golden Lions take a 1-0 lead. Pipes just got into scramble mode, and unfortunately Fink was able to throw one off of his pad and in. 1-0 is your score. Dieter will step in with Knoll, and it'll be one out. Falk carries it into the zone and dumps it in. We'll regroup and dump it out. Kling and Smith will have to regroup back into the zone. 5:03 remaining. Wait, gets a little bit of pressure there. A lot of pressure there, and he gives it up to Wineland. Wineland comes in and just takes the puck off his stick. Back down it goes, and kept in nicely by Davenport. Rebound comes off, opportunity by Knoll, and it's going to be saved by Henry. Comes out for Falk. He'll carry it in, tries to pass one through for Vento. Nobody home, and it's going to be dumped back in. Ostrowski, the big man, will just dump this one back into the zone. On net, Pipes will clear it to the side. 4:28 remaining here in the frame. Klingensmith in the far wall. Brings it in, shoots on. Save made, rebound, scores! Vento gets his first of the season. And at 4:17 remaining in the first, Greensburg Salem is up 2-0. Just another throw on net. Vento in the right place, right time, was able to lift one over Pipes. And 2-0 Greensburg Salem leads here. Loki will step in with Nate Ross. It'll be dumped across. Lukatic into the zone. Brings the top of the circle. Shot, save made. Rebound comes on, and it comes back out. Glasspool will have to chase this one back across his red. Across to Figley. Figley looks for the one-time pass. Ross will tip this one around for Schlesman. Schlesman, the freshman, will just watch this one go back down. Lukatic in the near corner. Back out for Loki. Chirac will dump this one up, and it'll be picked up by the Indians back into their own zone. Figley. 3:38 remaining in the first. 2-0 Greensburg Salem leading here. Pass will come across looking for Lukatic. It's going to come out of the zone for Figley. He'll dump that one back into the zone where Chirac will have to collect it. Cam Chirac watches this one get passed through for Fink. Fink, head of steam, gets around a defender. Shot on, saved by Pipes, going into their corner. Ferris there. It's going to be picked up and battled. West Allegheny will get it and just dump it outside the zone. Cam Chirac will have to collect it back into the corner. 3 minutes remaining. Back up, across, and out it goes. They'll play full-length pong here. Figley behind the cage, just dumps this one out past Klingensmith. Waits, gets one down, and out it comes with Ace Klingensmith. Klingensmith loses this one back out. Fayad will watch this one go out to Fink. Fink has Weaver, uses the outlet, passes it back for Fink. Does go off of his stick, but off his skate also, and they'll just bounce that one off the defender and finally get the pass across for Klingensmith. Klingensmith into the zone. Waits, shoots, save made, held on to by Pipes. 2:16 remaining here in the first. 2-0 is your score. Face-off one, and Falk shot saved by Pipes. Nice win back by Dieter. Just left that one inside the circle, and Falk stepped right into it. Pipes up to task, and it'll be another win here. Behind the cage goes. Slomsky will dump this one out past Outley. That'll go the length of the ice. Icing called on that one. 2:04 remaining in the first. It is Hockey Fights Cancer Night here at the Kirk Nevin Arena, Greensburg, Salem, hosting this year's festivities. Of course, as always, I always, for some reason, run into Corey Mensch, always a good dude, former head coach. I got the puck over to his kids. They enjoyed it. They were who you saw in the promo. Oh, and we have a little extra going on here as a little Chirac stepped in with Zandona, but Zandona, I'm not ready to go with that one. That was an extra shot after the whistle. Let the officials work this one out. 1:50 remaining in the first. Yeah. Saw him standing around. I was like, hey, do the kids want to be the spokespeople with the puck? And they enjoyed it. So that's who you got to see in the pregame. They're going to call the puck outside the zone. They're going to talk. Are they talking to people? Yep. Face-off will be in front of the Greensburg-Salem bench. Knoll steps in with Dieter. Face-off one back. And Klingensmith will have to collect it behind his cage. Around it goes. There was a big hit behind. Shot goes on just through Henry's crease. He picked up and carrying it out as Falk, but he can't hold on to it with the head of steam. Back out it goes. Talons and Dona will dump this one across. Picked up by Wineland. Wineland shot save made and held on to by Henry. Hayden Henry, 5 saves on the contest. Probably 6 now and 12 on the opposite side. 12 shots for Greensburg-Salem. Face off to the right of Henry. Ross will watch this one go back behind for Klingensmith. He'll bounce this one out and across it goes. The golden line's up for Ross. Back down it goes. Ferris in the corner. Figley. Loki will carry this one out across and picked up once again. Klingensmith will dump it in with 1 minute remaining in the first. Back out it goes. Klingensmith. Up and around, shot on by Ross, just goes wide. Rebound comes on the third corner, and we have a penalty coming up. It's going to be a slashing call. And it's going to be on the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. Chase Schlesman's going to head off. So power play coming up for West Allegheny. 51.6 the time on the penalty. Back out to the point. Wineland will take the shot. It'll be blocked by Outley. Rebound comes out. Fink going to carry it across. 1-on-2 into the zone. Gets around that. Well, that one ties him up into the corner with 38 seconds remaining. They'll go back, throw one across. Picked up and carried out by Lukatic. Lukatic will dump. We'll watch this one get muscled off. A little pressure there from Chirac. Back down Ross. Battles with Lukatic. Zandona will dump this one around for Figley. Figley. Back down. Zandona. A little bit of pressure there. 11 seconds remaining in the frame. Under 10 to go here. Figley. Bates throws one across. Lukatic will just watch this one come outside the zone with 2-1. And the end of the first frame here. We'll be back momentarily with your second period. West Allegheny on the power play, but Greensburg-Salem leading 2-0.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Back here for your second frame here, Brian Mitchell on 10-man TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. It is Berg Hockey Night. Greensburg Salem leading West Allegheny 2-0. West Allegheny on a power play for another minute. It'll be carried out by the Indians. Lukatic will carry this one into the zone, has Betta to his right. And he comes, and it will be cleared out. Opportunity, Dieter coming the other way. Dieter won the beat with a little trailer coming on him. Figley had him red. Back Wineland was the man back. It'll be dumped back in by Falk. Behind it goes. Picked up by Figley. 33 seconds remaining on the power play. Wineland. Carry it across the red, across the blue. Take it in. Opportunity shot on, saved by Henry. Rebound comes out of the zone. Lukatic will have to chase this one down with 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Throws one through. It'll be passed around. Betta will carry it into the zone. Betta throws one back to the point. Figley. Figley's shot will go wide of the cage. Goes back up and back up Betta behind. And penalty has expired. We are back to even strength here. Back around it goes. It'll be picked up by Falk and into the zone. It'll be Kushner. Kushner around for Falk. It's going to be tipped back out. Slomsky will collect it and dump this one out. Picked up by Betta. Betta across the blue brings it in the zone. It'll be Klingensmith back into the far corner. We'll dump this one around for Kushner. Dumps one out, picked up nicely by Fink. Fink with one already here today, throws one through it, sticked off by Pipes. Romano looks for the tip out, and Dietrich throws one through for Klingensmith. Back down it goes Kushner. Tips one around, and Fink's gonna pick it up himself, brings it on the backhand, throws one all in far corner. Up to the point, picked up by Weaver, shot on, bounced up, and held on to by Pipes. 14:56 remaining here in the second frame. 2-0 Greensburg Salem leads. Face-off will be one back into the corner. And that'll be a hit in the near corner. They'll regroup and it'll be picked up and carried around. Slomsky will up for Klingensmith. Klingensmith down to the corner. Kushner couldn't hold on to it. It'll be passed out for Romano. Romano will dump this one into the zone, and it'll be picked up by Weaver. It comes out in front of the benches, but it'll be picked up by Fayad. He'll dump this one into the half wall. Romano down for Klingensmith. And Hutchinson on the half wall will watch this one get tipped back out, and all the way down Slomsky will have to collect it. Picked up, carried by Slomsky. Slomsky across the blue, brings it into the top of the circles, goes to the half wall, gets a little pressure from Weaver. Klingensmith does get to it. A little bit going on. We do lose a helmet, so we are going to get a whistle here, as that always does happen automatically for any helmets off at this level. just got caught up along the half wall, so they'll regroup, and it'll be just outside of the zone in front of the West A bench. Faceoff will be won back. Well, it was run forward by West Allegheny accidentally. Outley and Lukatic will battle along the half wall. It'll be carried out and dumped in by the Indians. Trying to get the score sheet up. For some reason, they have a 3-0 lead. It is not. Vento and Fink with the goals in the first frame for Greensburg Salem. Figley outside of the zone will dump this one down. Chirac in behind the cage around Lukatic. Up with Schlesman. It'll go back down. Big hit by Outley from behind. Outley gets hit from behind. That's going to draw a penalty. And it is going to be a hit from behind by, looks to be Betta heading off. 13-14 remaining. Greensburg Salem will head to the power play. Didn't get into the special teams yet this season, but Greensburg Salem on the power play, 11th in single A, 20% conversion percentage. West Allegheny, of the teams that have played in single A, they are not in a good position, 25th of 26. And it's a tough one. They're going to need to get in on this one. That's not going to help right there as Greensburg Salem gets one right away. 13:03 remaining in a second. Bouncing puck goes in the cage. 3-0 is your score. I was saying that because we have a little anomaly going on with the with single A right now, as the Wheeling Catholic Maroon Knights haven't played a game yet this season. 4 forfeits because of a situation going on with their association. But they're the only team that doesn't have anything going on with the penalty kill. It was a 57%, and that's not going to help out too much on that one. It'll be shot on by Wineland, goes back up. Henry would say, rebound comes through. It's coming back out to the point, cleared in by Lukatic. Be dumped up, and out it goes Slomsky. This one behind for Wineland. Rostrowski will have to collect it as West Allegheny is offside. Back out it goes Falk. Dumps this one in, and it'll be picked up by Slomsky. And in front of us, they'll have to regroup. Wineland gets battled off with Dieter. Back down, Klingensmith will have to watch as Falk goes into the zone. As Falk throws one around, looking for Ventu, but it's going to go out of play. 12:21 remaining here in the second. I can get some line changes here. See what they call. It'll come back down to the right of Henry. Hayden Henry, the sophomore for Greensburg Salem. Battle of sophomores in the cage. It'll be one back to the point. Figley will dump this one down. Gets past Loki. Betta tries to make the pass, loses it, but then the official falls on the half wall in front of the defender. A lot going on for a lot not going on. Lukatic back down for Betta. Back up to Glasspool. Down the Betta. 11:58 remaining in the second frame. Loki's shot goes off the side. It'll be blocked by Henry, and it'll come back out. Figley dumps this one down. It'll be cleared out and just tipped out to the half wall opposite side, where it'll be regrouped by the Indians. They'll just dump it back in where Outley will carry it in. Outley gets around the defender, throws one through, nobody home, and picked up coming the other way. Nope, it's going to be a nice play there by Greensburg Salem, and they'll just dump it back up without hitting the low-level roof here, when the low-level lighting didn't hit any of that on that clearing pass. So the flag is only probably about 10, 11, maybe 12 feet off the ice surface if you're looking at it. So if you want to put anything in perspective, back down around it goes. Picked up. That's Kushner. Kushner behind the cage. Hutchinson back around, and it's going to be picked up by Klingensmith. He'll dump this one in behind. Figley As Lukatic on the half wall, he'll leave it, and Figley will leave it for him, and it'll come back out. Big hit by Figley. Back out, Klingensmith will carry it out. He'll pick it up, and Klingensmith carries it around, back down past Kushner. Fink leaves one behind. Klingensmith watches as Lukatic goes past him. Lukatic off to Kushner, throws one through everybody, and Ferris will have to leave it and watch it for Fink. Fink coming into the zone. Fink gets around a couple defenders. He goes into the near corner, looks for the pass in front. It's going to be blocked. He's going to have to wait for Klingensmith to give him a hand, but Fink carrying it out, throws one across. That's Outley. Outley on the far wall. Throws one through, shot, scores! Cooper Outley with his first of the season. 4-0, 10:06 remaining here in the second frame. Face-off at center. Ross will win the face-off back past Outley on Henry. Hayden Henry will watch as his defenders go in. We have a penalty coming up. That is coming up on Wineland. A hit behind the cage. Henry comes off, shot on by Ferris, just goes wide of the cage. Schlesman shot, scores! 5-0. Schlesman gets his first goal of his career. The freshman, 9:50 remaining, 5-0. Pipes just out of position, open up. The officials in the box, they're going to give the direction on what the penalty was. Pipes is out. They will change their netminders. It's going to be Luke Sawford going in. Luke Sawford, the senior, 1-2 on the season, a .464 goals against average, an .819 save percentage, 5-0 Greensburg Salem leads, however. It'll be one across, picked up by the Indians. It'll be dumped off. Big hit by Dieter along the walls. Falk gets in there, and Slomsky will hit a shot on him. Got a little extra going on here. We have another penalty coming up in front of us. Both of them are going to go. Dieter and Betta are going to head off. Wait for the official call on the penalties, but it is going to be 5-on-5 here. Penalty face-off coming up to my right. I better get locked in now. I still got a whole another another game to call. Back down it goes. Kushner around for Klingensmith. Klingensmith carries it out, gets across into the zone, throws one through to be blocked, and Slomsky will carry this one across and dumped in as Fayad, so it's going to be picked up. Fink coming the other way. Fink throws one on the cage and held on by Sawford. 9:08 remaining here in the second frame. West A carrying all three of their netminders this evening. Skylar, Pilardi, Roberts, the other attendee on the bench. And back down, tip through, falling down opportunity was Kushner, could not finish it up. They'll regroup in the near corner. Fink will just dump this one around, looking past, and Kushner's going to take a penalty for a trip here. It's just going to be cleared out. Just has got to stick in there, and unfortunately, he's going to sit for two. A power play coming up for West Allegheny on the tripping minor to Crosby Kushner. Face-off one back by the Golden Lions, have dumped up Wineland. Nice keep. Wineland shot held on to through the screen by Hayden Henry. 8:44 remaining here in the second frame. Face-off one back and cleared out by the Golden Lions this time. Wineland has to chase it. Pressure there by Falk. Wineland will bring it in. Knoll battles on. It'll be dumped out and cleared down the ice by the Golden Lions. 8:26 remaining in the frame, 1:35 remaining in the power play. Ooh, pressure there by Ross. Nice to keep it. Big hit by Wineland, however. Go back behind. Figley goes, and Wineland will just hold Ross down for half a second. Play will go on. Lukatic will dump this one up. Big hit along the boards by Falk. Comes back outside the zone, and they will be offside. They need to regroup. Wineland comes back out. They'll dump it back in. Back around it goes for Lukatic on the far wall. He'll dump that one off of his bench. It'll come back across. Wineland, top of the circles. Shot goes through everybody. Big save by Henry. Rebound, Knoll. Look for the opportunity. Lukatic throws one through. It comes to the near side. It'll be cleared out, and the length, 54 seconds remaining on the power play for the Indians. A little bit of pressure there by West Allegheny. Wineland carries this one across. Brings it in. Shot on, not going to make it. Zandona can't get to it. It's going to come back down. Picked up Outley. Outley tries to pass one out. Does find Schleshman. Schleshman will pass this one out. Outley back down, looking for Fink. Fink does get to it. Top of the circle. Shot goes back behind the cage. Knoll leaves it down and picked up by the Indians. Carrying it out is Figley. Figley into his near corner. Back down, throws one up, shot on, will be blocked, back out. Slomsky shot, goes through everybody. Henry behind the cage, and then on off of Henry, and he covers it up. A little extra going on, and we do get a little extracurriculars here. And it is gonna break down. Gonna try to get them to break up behind the cage. 6:51 remaining in the frame, 2 seconds remaining in the power play. Let's see what they call here. Zandona's heading off. Schleshman's heading off. Got a bunch of cross checks, looks like they're calling here. 6:51 to go. We'll have another face-off to the right of Henry. You had to think that the fireworks were going to come at some point. Hitting has increased since the 5-0 lead. Dieter wins the face-off back, but it'll be picked up and dumped out by the Golden Lions. Fink into the zone. Sorry, that's Falk into the zone. Sawford with the save. Cooler heads prevail. We'll have a face-off to the right of the senior netminder, Luke Sawford. Dieter will step in, and it'll be one back. Romano will dump this one into the zone. That was Dietrich on the opening the face-off win. He'll get the puck along the half wall, but it'll be blocked by Vento. Vento watches as it comes outside the zone. Klingensmith chases it down. If he hurries, it's a 2-on-1 as Falk in front. He tries to pass it through. Slomsky with a big keep there. Pushed him up against the wall to make sure he couldn't make the pass. Back down it goes. Slomsky back out. The Indians will carry it across. It'll be a little hit there by Vento. Falk passes it out, and it'll be dumped in past to McKee. McKee tries to get around a defender, ties up Klingensmith, but he's able to get around it, carries it back behind his cage, dekes around a defender, and it'll come outside the zone, where that's going to be Cam Davenport. Sneaking under a check, coming up Klingensmith into the near corner. As Dietrich all over him, so he'll have to wait. It'll be cleared out with 5:40 remaining, and Slomsky will chase it down with Falk all over him. Puck does come out, but a head of steam for Dieter. Dieter on the backhand throws one through. Sawford with the save. Rebound! They're saying no goal. And extras going. Slomsky and Vento having words. They're both going to head to the penalty box. 5:28 remaining here in the first. The one thing I will say about Nevin Arena, they have larger than normal penalty box this year. So they can fit a couple extra players. You don't want to see it every once in a while, but they do have them. Face off to the left of Sawford. Comes out to Hutchinson. He'll dump this one around, looking for Ferris, but it's going to be picked up by Glasspole. He'll watch as Figley is able to pick up the puck and dump it out for Betta. Back out, Outley is able to pick that puck out for somebody, and Ferris behind the cage. Dumps one in front, opportunity, Hutchinson shot. Sawford with the save. 5:10 remaining. 23 shots for the Golden Lions to 13 for West Allegheny. 5-0 is your score. Greensburg Salem leads. He walked. Ferris gets hit off by Betta. Outley throws one on. Tip in front by Ross. I was even thrown off on that one. Hutchinson's shot goes back into the near corner. He'll be picked up by Betta. He'll dump this one out. Opportunity for Knoll coming the other way. Knoll gets around, has Wineland to his right with Betta at center. Throws one back for Glasspole. Glasspole will dump this one in. It'll be blocked off of Ferris. Opportunity coming the other way. Fink just dumps it up for Ferris. He doesn't see it, but Fink gets it himself. Fink comes in, throws one above, and missed the cage. Fink throws one through, tip in front, opportunity here for Ferris, just gets dumped over his own tendy. 4:35 remaining in the second. We're checking, make sure everything's good with Sawford. It was an awkward angle as Knoll just hit Ferris over his own goaltender. Sawford came down awkwardly, but he's fine with 4:35 remaining here in the second frame. They're playing tough here at Nevin Arena. It'll be one up, back out. Klingensmith across Fink. Fink waits, thinks about it, throws one across. Finds Klingensmith. Back up to the point, Ross. Oh, power play here for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions. Oh, big glove by Sawford on a shot by Fink. High riser by Fink. I say on the scoreboard for Fink. Fink 8 goals on the year. Actually 9 now, maybe 10. I'd have to recheck the scoreboard. He may be in double digits already, and we're just now getting into November. Back across, it'll be picked up by Ross. Ross shot, tipped through and wide of the cage. Back down, Fink in the near corner. Fink waits, tries to set it up. A little bit of pressure there from Knoll. My apologies, that's Athanas. It'll be shot on by Fink and held on to by Sawford. 3:51 remaining in the second, $1:17 remaining in the power play. Dieter steps in. Zendona, and it'll be dumped back out. Ross will pass this one out for Fink. Fink throws one across. Big hit in front of us by Zentona. Back down. Klingensmith loses the puck in his, I don't know if it went up his pant leg or his skates, but it did go missing for half a second, and they called power for the whistle. 3:37 remaining here in the second frame. Face off just outside of the Greensburg Salem bench. Dieter watches as Wineland falls on it. It's going to be picked up. Fink can't collect it, so it's going to be taken the other way. Zandona watches as it gets cleared out for Glasspole, and then back out it goes. Picked up by Klingensmith. Waits, throws one up. Wineland turns it over. Opportunity coming the other way. West Allegheny. Wineland comes over. Big stick check by Dieter. Wineland watches as it turned around for Falk. Hack up. Klingensmith has to chase it down as Schlesman at the line. It'll come back in around, picked up by Fink. Fink throws one through. It's going to be put through and shot on. Oh, stick save by, I believe it was a stick save by Sauford. Falk shot off the outside of the cage. Rebound comes across. He gets over there before the shot's on by Ferris. Back up to the point, Fink. Fink's half slapper goes out atop of the glass. Back down, Klingensmith on the half wall. He just kicks it back down. It's kicked back up to him. Klingensmith backhands it down. Picked up by Schlesman. He'll wait, thinks about it, and it'll go back behind for Ferris. Ferris just dumps one into the near corner, back out. Fink waits, throws one down. Ferris' shot goes off of the side, and it'll be a save. And we had another hit along, like on glass pull by Fink, and with 2:18 remaining here in the second, we'll have another face-off to the right of the West A cage. Ferris comes down. It'll be picked up. Loki will pass this one back. Betta will watch this one go out, but Ferris trying to keep it around. Outley has to collect it back into his own zone. Gets back to the blue line, passes that out for Schlesman. Gets around a defender, and it's going to be Hutchinson. Back down and picked up by the Indians. Carrying it out is Lukatic. Lukatic into the zone. Has this one blocked by Outley, and that one will go out of play. 1:50 remaining here in the second. 5-0 Greensburg Salem leading West Allegheny here at Kirk Nevin Arena. Thank you for joining me on a Thursday evening. I am Brian Mitchell, known as Mitch, Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10band.tv. First half of our doubleheader here from Greensburg as Greensburg Salem and West A open it up. We'll have Armstrong and Hempfield after this one. Got a bunch of options here on 10 Band this evening, plus one you can go check out on the Wildcats Network if you want to check your high school hockey out this evening. What professional league? We've got all the high schools going on here. Betta will win the faceoff. Listen, last time I was here, I had to go against the Steelers, so it doesn't matter. Back down Slomsky into the zone. Slomsky's shot was saved and held on to by Henry. 1:23 remaining here in the second frame. Noel will step in here with Dieter. 1:23 to go in the second. It'll be one back. Oh, Wineland with a shot that just goes wide of the cage. Back down. It will be Zandona trying to get it out of the zone, but Noel can't get to it. Dieter up for Falk. Falk leaves one down. It will be Zandona throwing one through. Noel shot, opportunity save made. Henry, rebound comes on. It does! No goal! No goal! 1:01 remaining here in the frame. They're saying Henry covered it up. It might have crossed at some point, but it was after the whistle. At this point, you got to wonder, what's it going to take to beat Henry? 16 shots on, 16 saves. 30 shots on for the Greensburg Salem Golden Lions to this point. 1:01 remaining here in the second frame. This one, big points early. Greensburg Salem sitting in second. They can vault into fifth with a victory in the gold division of single A. West A is currently tied for that fifth position. They can move up into fourth if they were to get a win here. That'll be a shot on, and Henry will watch as it goes clear of the cage. Backed out, dumped out by Ross, looking for Fink. Is going to be hit and cleared out. Zandona can't get to it. Ross is going to try to get around. They needed to get onside. They did do so. So back down it goes. 35 seconds remaining here. It is a power play for West Allegheny. I apologize for not changing that graphic. Back down, Figley into the zone. 1:23 remaining on the power play, but 22 seconds remaining in the period. We'll have the ice cut after this. That'll go on Sawford. He just dumps this one wide of the cage. Slomsky will collect it up across the circles, across the blue line. Back down, he'll carry it in. Slomsky loses the puck and dumped out by Klingensmith. 4 seconds remaining in the frame, and we will head to the ice cut with a score. Greensburg, Salem 5, West Allegheny nothing. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Night here on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10band.tv. Thank you for joining me live from the Kirk Nevin Arena in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. We'll be back with your third period moment in about 5 minutes or so? We'll be back. Hockey Fights Cancer Night here at Kirk Nevin Arena. Thank you for joining us this evening. Greensburg, Salem, West Allegheny, and thank you to Corey Mensch, former head coach of the Greensburg, Salem Golden Lions, for allowing his children, Emma and Charlie, to be our little models for the pucks that they are selling this evening. You can get them at the front desk. I'm not sure if they're going to be selling them online or not, but please make sure that if you have a charity or something that you are interested in, they're probably going to need more help than anything right now. So if you have the ability, please donate to whatever you can. Thank you. As always, we say thank you to Todd Kazarowski and Alan Saunders for putting together Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10band.tv. I guess if you had to say something, I'm the glue of that. I'm the one that's brought it all together, but those guys took care of it, so we have this ability to have this many games at any given time going. Of course, North Catholic Sports Network does a great job. They are live tonight from the Lemieux Sports Complex. Meadville and North Catholic will face off. That's only in a couple minutes. And then, of course, you have Wildcats Network. They're going to bring you the second half of the Ice Castle doubleheader, Baldwin and Greater Latrobe. You're going to hear the angelic voice of Chris Beddick on the call for Greater Latrobe hockey. You get the absolute legend in Matt Popchak making the call from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Right now, Chartiers Valley leading South Park 5-1. He gets that first half of the doubleheader, and then he gets a beautiful second half as Upper St. Clair plays South Fayette. That's all going to be at 9:10 from the Mount Lebanon Ice Complex. So, and then you get me for a 9:15 face-off after this game is over. Hempfield and Armstrong are going to take off. So, a lot of hockey this evening. Hang in here. Check it out. Thank you for joining me. We'll be back with your third frame here from Kirk Nevin Arena. Greensburg Salem leading West Allegheny 5-0.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Getting ready for our third frame. Let's talk about how we got here in this first game of our doubleheader at 11:42 in the first frame. Jake Fink gets the even strength goal to open things out. Then Luca Vento at 12:43, about a minute and a second later, made it 2-0. Assist from Ace Klingensmith. Jeremiah Falk on the power play. 17 Knight Ross with the assist. Ace Klingensmith with his second assist of the contest. Cooper Outley with his power play goal. Fink and Ferris on the assists there. And then Chase Schlesman with his first career goal. Assist by Luke Dieter. 5-0 is your score. In net, it was Hayton Henry. 17 saves on 17 shots. On the opposite side, Connor Pipes still technically on the scoreboard. Luke Sofford actually in net after the fifth goal. It is a 25 shots for the Greensburg-Salem. 30 shots for the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions. 25 saves by the net-minding contingent of the Indians. But we still got 17 minutes to go here. The Indians will have 59 seconds remaining on the advantage, so we will have another 17 minutes to go. They just finished the ice cut. Let's see what we can look outside and see if maybe we can talk about what's going on outside of this contest as they warm up, and they're probably going to be out here momentarily. Morgantown Central Valley at Brady's Run, 4-3. Morgantown wins in overtime. Look at that one. The game winner, none other than Cooper Cox. Cooper Cox with the even strength goal, 17 seconds into overtime. It was Ryan Lowe with 33 saves in the victory for the Mohawks. Wilmington leading Carrick 7-2 at Ice Castle Arena. Let's see what we have. A hat trick for Finn McGreal. And 24 saves for Connor Michaels. South Park trailing Chartiers Valley 5-1 at the Lebanon Ice Center. You can just switch over and hear the angelic voice of Matt Popchalk thanking everybody and anybody that wants to say here thank you. I give you a hard time and I kid, but you know I appreciate you. In that goal, Jackson Chory with 2 goals and an assist for Chartiers Valley. Braden Palco with 9 saves for the Colts. Meadville and North Catholic starting now. And Burrell and Swickley Academy faced off at the Pittsburgh Ice Arena. Early goal by Colton Boda. That's an early contest there, 2:16 in for Boda, so it's 1-0. The Bucks lead. This game's about to go to the third period. I thank you for joining me here on this wonderful Thursday evening. We got the broadcast to work finally from Kirk Nevin Arena. Thank you to Spencer Long from Wildcats for being my sensei in that arena, to coin a phrase. Uphill battle here for West Allegheny, down 5-0. 1 minute of power play time to start the frame. And we're going to get moving here early. 17 minutes the distance. Thank you for joining me on this Thursday evening. Softward and Henry take their cages. Players will line up at center. Like it's going to be Wineland heading out. And Dieter. It's going to be Knoll and Dieter at center. And we are underway here in the third frame. It'll be one forward by Lukatic. He goes around, but Klingesmith will battle him in the near corner. Dump it up. Dieter can't get to it. Back up to the point. Knoll, across it goes. Wineland on the far wall. He's back down. 41 seconds remaining in the power play. Shot on. Scores! Piping it in is Thomas Slomski with the second of the season. 5-1 is your score. Power play goal here by the Indians. 16:38 remaining in the third frame. They're saying Figley leading the line. I don't know if there was a tip or if I missed something. I apologize, but it seemed like Slomski was celebrating a little heavy there. Knoll steps in with Ross. It'll be one across, back in. There's Knoll. Back up to the point. Zendora will dump this one behind Klingesmith. Shot will be Wineland behind, but Klingesmith going to regroup and slows down the play to dump this one back out off Schlesman. It'll be dumped across for Schlesman. He'll have to leave this one for Ross. Out it goes. Wineland at center. Leaves this one down, and it's Davenport bringing it wrong for Wineland. Weaver behind, and we have a penalty coming up. It's going to be a slashing call. And it's going to be on Greensburg. Salem, so West Allegheny will head back to the penalty kill. Ross heads off. Fink steps in with Lukatic. It'll be one back to the point. Slomski's shot bounces up into the air and into the far corner. Lukatic up on the half wall. Watches Wineland pass it back to Slomski. Back across. Lukatic will take the puck. Shot on. Tipped around, looking Figley on the half wall. Back up, Slomski. Waits, throws one down. Figley. Back up, Slomski. Shot on. Scores! 2 goals for West Allegheny in the first minute 30. And it's 5-2. Make it interesting. A lot of time left. Face off at center. Knoll and Dieter step in and ahead of steam around Zendrowski's shot. Save made on Zandora by Henry. Gets it around, and Vento will dump this one into the cage. 15-15 remaining here. This is going to come back out. Zandora into the zone. Throws one through. Opportunity here. Knoll shot. Scores! 15:07 remaining, and it's 5-3. Slomski gets the first 2. That one's Knoll. And now we're within 2 here. Only 1 minute and 53 seconds into the third. Timeout. We'll be back momentarily here at Kirk Nevin Arena.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Well, if you missed the first 2 minutes of this period, 2 goals by Slomsky and a goal by Knoll, and it is 5-3. West Allegheny digging back into this one. They're going to win the faceoff forward. Loki dumps this one into the near corner. Will be bounced back out. Figley watches this one go back into the zone. He'll dump this one up off Loki. Will dump this one around. Fink back into the West A zone. Softford passes it off. Athenis throws this one around for Lukatic. It'll be passed out to Loki. Big hit by Fink in front of us. It'll be passed out by the Golden Lions. Dumped on by Outley. Saved by Softford. Backs out Lukatic. He'll just dump this one through. Opportunity coming the other way. Betta will lose this one. Ross gets hit as he comes back in. 14:22 remaining in the third. They go behind the cage. Hits around. Kushner gets hit by Figley. Athanas will take the puck. Throws this one up along the wall for Betta. Betta throws one through. Lukatic gets to it, but it's going to be picked back out on the opposite side. Figley watches as Loki is able to get this puck and dump this one in behind the cage. Chirac throws this one around, and we do have a penalty coming up, and it's going to be another penalty on Greensburg Salem. Ross will head off again. 13:57 in the frame, and we'll have another power play for West A. Face off to the right of Henry. Lukatic steps in with Dieter. It'll be won by Dieter. It's going to go back out. Nice keep in by Figley. Figley up for Slomsky, looking for his third. Shot on, held on to by Henry. I'll have another face-off to the right of the sophomore netminder. 3 quick strikes for West Allegheny already, and back on the power play, and we're only 3 minutes and 10 seconds into the frame. Back down, Slomsky will dump this one down. Figley can't get to it, so it's going to be back to Knoll. Knoll with the third goal, back to Figley. Figley up for Slomsky. Back to Figley in front. Look through the shot through, bounces off the back wall. It's going to be picked up by Outley and cleared out of the zone. They'll regroup. 13:27 remaining here in the frame. $1:30 remaining in the power play. Figley across the blue, across the red. He'll dump this one in behind the cage. Up it goes. Back down, Lukatic looking for Slomsky. Slomsky passes it out for Wineland. Wineland, wait, shot, tips one through, comes in on a cage. Ooh, Knoll with an even hard shot does go wide of the cage, and Figley takes it on the half wall, but watches as Outley will dump this one out and the length of the ice. 12:58 remaining in the frame, 1 minute remaining in the power play. Figley up along the half wall, takes the puck, passes it through, goes past Wineland, all the way. Outley will have to chase down on the penalty kill. No icing on that play. Outley leaves it up for Klingensmith. He'll dump this one the length of the ice. Sofford comes out, but watches that is our mystery man Davenport carrying it across. And for Wineland, and they're offside. 35 seconds remaining in the power play. 12:31 remaining in the frame. The faceoff will come outside the zone. 3 quick goals by West Allegheny, 2 on the power play. And they're on their 3rd power play of the frame already. Loki will step in with Fink. Loki just throws this one through. It's going to be picked up, and Outley will dump this one the length of the ice. Softford stops the puck. It has Figley behind. He's going to pick it up with Hutchinson on him. Hutchinson's going to take the puck and just dump it in behind the cage. Behind it goes, it will be Davenport. Davenport across. Up for Zandora. Zandora gets around one defender, carries it into the zone. Has a little bit of pressure from Fink. He does hold on to the puck as it comes back around. He passes it out, but he goes past his own defender. It's going the length of the ice, and that penalty will expire. We're back to even strength. 11:54 remaining here in the regulation. Figley picks up the puck and passes it out for Zandora. He throws a pass through that does get to Loki. Eventually, after a tip, he did get to it, but he loses the puck on the play afterwards. Davenport will dump this one back in. Outley up and in front of the benches. It'll be picked up by Fink. Fink into the zone. Fink throws one on the backhand around. Nobody to help it out on the opposite side, so that's going to be Kushner passing this one back for Klingensmith. Back up it goes for Fink. He'll tip it into the zone. Athanas will take it behind the cage. Waits, throws one up off of a tip, and it does just go outside the zone and out looking for Betta, but he goes for a line change. Klingensmith around, picks up Dieter. Dieter will dump this one in off of Davenport. Sofford watches it go behind him as Lukatic puts a little pressure on. Athanas will take it behind the cage. Back up, it'll be picked up and cleared out by the Indians. Klingensmith, pressure from Dietrich. He'll have to regroup back in his own zone. Klingensmith throws one across. It'll be tipped back out by Schlesman. Back out Davenport. Up, and that's Dieter back for Klingensmith. Regrouping, the Greensburg-Salem Golden Lions trying to get it out. Back down, Fayad. Back it looks for Dietrich, but it's going to be picked up by Dieter. Behind the cage, Schlesman will take it. Carrying it through, and out comes Klingensmith. Klingensmith into the zone, waits, thinks about it, throws one on. Sofford watches, goes through the crease. Back down, Vento. Tip goes in for, Slomsky was there with the stick, but was unable to, well, good job of keeping the stick up, so he didn't tip that one back on the cage. Klingensmith behind. Has Vento. Vento dumps this one to length. That will be an icing call with 9:49 remaining in the third. Your score now, Greensburg-Salem 5, West Allegheny 3. It happened fast. That's what they can say about it. It was real fast. Slomsky, and I believe Knoll with the goals for West A. There's over an opportunity here. Wineland shot's going to be blocked. It's going to come back out. Glass pole out of the zone. And they're going to have to regroup. Up coming in is Knoll. Knoll up for Wineland. Wineland gets tipped outside. Opportunity coming the other way. Falk. Falk on his horse coming up. It's a shot from the hard angle. Sofford with the save. And it'll be picked up by Figley. Figley carries it out up for Knoll. Knoll up for Zandora. Zandora brings it in. Shot on save. Made off the toe by Henry. Falk tips it out to it. He's got an opportunity. 2-0 the other way. Falk into the zone. Falk shot. Save made. And into the cage goes Vento. 9:02 remaining in the third, and it is all electric here at Kirk Nevin Arena. All I'm trying to do is pick up with a scoreboard. Slomsky, Knoll in the third period. That's how it went officially. Now they're just trying to figure out where to have the face-off, and it's going to be outside the zone in front of the West A bench. Down Dieter on the backhand into the zone. Low-key back into the Greensburg-Salem zone temporarily. Ostrowski will pass this one back for Klingensmith. Out comes Hutchinson. He'll just dump it in. Slomsky will chase it down. But Hutchinson gets there first, tries to tip it back. Kushner will get to it temporarily. Lukatic gets it out. It's opportunity coming the other way. But Klingensmith, nice play to keep the puck. Puck will come up. It's going to stay inside the zone. Greensburg-Salem battling. Kushner watches it goes off a couple defenders. Hutchinson tries to get to it. Davenport will dump it back in. Ostrowski behind the cage. into the far corner, passes one over for Klingensmith. Klingensmith coming the other way, but it's going to be picked up by Slomsky. Slomsky with Klingensmith all over him. 8:15 remaining here in the frame. Back down it goes, up for Lukatic. Lukatic lets this one come out of the zone. Loki will carry it in. Loki watches as it goes back out to the point. Slomsky's shot will be blocked. Lukatic gets the puck on the half wall. Lukatic loses it to Hutchinson. He'll pass this one out. Goes back out for Davenport, who shoots one on, and it's held on to by Henry. 7:50 remaining here in the third. And West Allegheny is now on a full push on Greensburg Salem. Salem had a 5-0 lead heading into the third frame. It is 5-3 on 3 goals in the first 2 minutes. 2 power play goals by West A. All pressure on here, and Greensburg Salem trying to get it outside the zone. Fink will pick it up and carry it across. Here comes Fink, shot on, held on to by Sawford. 7:36 remaining. Face-off coming to the right of the senior netminder. Fink steps in with Dietrich. It'll be one back. Athanas will dump this one around. It'll be picked up and carried out by Romano. He'll dump that one behind the cage. McKee goes in for the pressure. Outley will get it back out as far as the half wall to be picked up. Opportunity in front by Romano, and they couldn't play it off. So Fink brings it out the zone. Fink across center, brings it in. Shot on, saves, offered, rebound. Oh, it was right there, coming across, and that is off and falling through the Figley. Figley blocked it, but the net was off. And the puck comes out. Play is still going. Fink will dump this one through. Oh, Salford had the dive. He didn't know that the play was still going. The whistle has blown. 6:53 remaining in the third. There was still the thing of offsides going on there. You got to be obvious on that one, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of confusion. Everything can happen. Everything has happened. 6:53 to go in the third. Thank you for joining me on a Thursday evening. I am Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Night. Berg Hockey live from Kirk Nevin Arena. Greensburg Salem leading West A 5-3. It was 5-0 before this period began. And we are back in one forward. Zandora is going to come in. He's going to have a head of steam and an opportunity here. Zandora's coming in. He has Wineland. Wineland gets the puck shot. Save, made, rebound, scores! It's 5-4. 6:41 remaining in the third. West A all the way back within one. No with his second. If anyone out there in TV land can refer to me to a good therapist, I might need it after this one. 6:41 remaining. 5-4 is your score. Greensburg Salem now in the lead. Wineland's going to get the puck into the zone on the faceoff win. Throws one on the backhand across. It's going to be picked up by Zandora. Knoll's going to take the puck. Knoll waits, throws one through. Zandora on the far wall. Throws one through. Wineland was in front, but it's going to be pressured off by the Golden Lions. Up across it goes. Zandora can't get to it. Vento will dump this one back out, and it's going to come back out of the zone. Slomsky will dump this one in. And that's going to be an icing call with 6:11 remaining in the third. I got nothing. What do you want me to say here? I got nothing. This has been a fun one, and I'm letting them play out there. Falk dumps this one around. Athanas behind the cage. Has Figley on the backhand looking for Lukatic. He'll pass this one on the backhand for Loki, but it's going to go to Falk instead. Outley on the backhand leaves it for Betta. Back behind. Loki couldn't get to it. Goes outside of the zone. They need to regroup, so it's going to be Dieter coming the other way. Dieter will dump this one into the cage. Figley behind Throws one around. It's going to be back out for Betta. Betta throws one through, but it's going to be turned around. Falk had an opportunity. Couldn't get enough on it. Back down it goes. Lukatic. Lukatic into the zone for Figley. Figley gets around a defender. Gets hit. And it's going to come back down. Penalty coming up against Greensburg Salem. 5:25 remaining in the third. It's going to be another power play coming up here. I think. Never mind, I am incorrect about that. I thought there was a power play on that one. Thought there was a penalty in the corner. That's on me. Anyway, we'll have a face-off to the right of Henry. Comes back down. Opportunity comes back out. Lukatic. Oh, that's a shot and a goal! That's Cam Davenport, the mystery man. He gets the 5th one of the night. And ladies and gentlemen, something I thought I wasn't going to say at the beginning of this period, we are tied at Nevin. 5:20 remaining here in the third frame. I'm serious. I can knock out a benefit with a therapist if anybody knows one. It's crazy madness going on here. Halloween was last week. Fink steps in with Knoll, and it's a brand new hockey game. Wineland will carry it into the zone. He's going to come around, and Greensburg Salem now on their heels. It's going to be dumped in by Zandora. He's going to run back, get a line change. You're going to get Ostrowski with a big hit in the corner on Wineland. Wineland is down, and he's not moving. He got hit hard. I move the cameras until I can get okay on him. He is up. They got him moving. They are going back and forth here. Wineland up. He's moving around nicely. They're going to get him checked out on the bench, and then we will have it 5:02 remaining in a tied game. He'll head off to get checked out for a second by the, well, I guess they cleared him on the ice. He seemed like he's down for half a second. He got back up. They cleared him, so we're good to go here. It's going to be outside the zone. 5:02 to go. 5-5 on the scoreboard. 35-25 are the shots in favor of Greensburg Salem now. Knoll steps in with Fink. It's going to be one across, dumped back in by Knoll. Lukatic behind the cage. Leaves it in. Klingensmith will carry it out on the backhand. Fink into the zone. Fink shot just wide of the cage. Back down, Fink across. Back down for Betta. Betta throws one around for Knoll. I'm sorry, for Slomski. Slomski with 2 in this contest. Fink throws one off the side of the cage. 4:30 remaining in the frame. Comes back down, picked up. Lukatic will carry it out of the zone. Lukatic into the zone. Gets around one defender. Klingensmith will run him back into the corner. They'll go back around. It'll be picked up by Klingensmith. Skates this one out to the top of the circles. A little bit of pressure there from West Allegheny. Betta will let him get dumped back into the zone. Slomski behind the cage. 4:04 remaining here in the frame. Back down it goes. That'll be picked up by Figley. He dumps it out. He picks up Betta on his flight. Betta into the zone. Gets around. Opportunity here for Betta. Shot. Save made. Henry comes back down up to the point. Carrying it out is Schlesman. He's going to dump this one back in to the cage. Athanas will take it behind the cage. It's going to come up, and Greensburg Salem tries to keep it in, but coming the other way is Lukatic. Lukatic watches as the stick goes off of a Greensburg-Salem golden line and back into their own zone. Schlesman will dump this one down. And it comes. Opportunity shot. Kushner. Oh, that's a little bit high. Comes back down. Picked up. Cam Sharrock with the hit. And it's going to come back outside the zone. It's going to come in with Figley. Figley gets around one defender. Back down through. Oh, it went through two sticks. Had an opportunity in front. Kushner will throw this one through the crease. Back down behind. Athanas will watch this one come back down. He waits, and it will come back out. Dumped in by Figley. They need to get onside. Sharrock will pass this one over. Finds Outley. Back for Kushner. Kushner into the zone. Sofford almost misplayed that. Got on it, though. Athanas will take the puck and dump this one back out. Sharrock's going to watch this one go down, but Knoll's going to chase it down. Knoll gets there first. Sharrock looks for the hit, but Knoll gets around him. Ferris will watch as it's picked up by Sharrock. Zadana throws one on the cage. Back out. It goes for Cam Davenport. He'll dump this one behind. Outley, big hit behind on Romano, and that comes out. Carrying it out is Fink. Fink has Falk. He just throws one on the cage, goes behind. Fink gets to it first. Gets around. There's a couple players on him. No help on it, so it's going to come out. Romano will carry it out. Fink looking for the pressure on him. It'll come back outside of the zone. 1:51 remaining in regulation. Ferris throws one up. It goes up off and out of the zone it goes. Weaver chases it back down with 1:40 to go. Oh, what fun this one has been. Fink behind the cage. Throws one up and out. This one goes the length of the ice, and that's an icing call with 1:29 remaining in the third. Face-off coming all the way back down in this contest, which, if you asked me 25 minutes ago, was almost out of control. Greensburg-Salem up 5-0. They opened up the contest, the third period of this contest. It's 5-5 with a minute 30 remaining. Lukatic throws one behind. He has the puck. Klingensmith on the backhand looking for Hutchinson. Hutchinson will dump this one out. Slomsky will dump this one back down. Goes back behind Outley. Outley for Betta. Betta for Vento. And it's going to be cleared. Outley's going to carry it out. Has a 2-on-1 with Hutchinson if he hurries. Outley's shot. Save and held on to by Sofford. 1:06 remaining in the third frame. I'm going to apologize to both Hempfield and Armstrong right now. I don't know how much voice I'm going to have for that game. We still have a whole nother contest to be called this evening. I'm not Matt Popchalk. I don't have that in me. 1:06 remaining. Face-offs one back. Shot on by Outley. Goes wide of the cage. Comes back out. Athanas will leave this one behind. It'll be picked up by Dieter, but it's going to be back out in front. Opportunity here. Oh, here we go. Wineland back out on the ice. Wineland into the zone. Wineland shot. It's blocked. Outley passes this one out. Finds Fink. It's kept in. Zandora with the nice keep in. 42 seconds remaining. Outley throws one around for Zandora. He'll pass it out to Thonis. Keeps it in the zone. Has Figley, but goes back to the half wall. Zandora. It's going to be Outley dumping this one back out. Thonis just barely can't keep it in. Opportunity coming the other way. 24 seconds remaining. It's going to be Fink. Fink throws one through, and it's going to be backhand on. Rebound comes through. Knoll's going to take the puck. 17.9 seconds remaining. They're taking both of them. We're going to head to the last 18 seconds of this contest. It's going to be Athanas and Hutchinson heading off, coincidentally. Face-off coming in the West A zone. Let's break it down for you. Dieter will step in with Lukatic. It'll be one to Fink. Fink's shot just goes wide of the cage. Comes down. It'll be picked up and dumped up. 10 seconds remaining. Oh, it's going to be Loki taking it. Loki picking around. Into the zone. It's going to be taken over to Falk. Falk passes it out for Figley. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to overtime. We are going to the extra period. It's a Berg hockey night overtime. We'll be back with your overtime period.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
I'm still trying to get my bearings about what happened during that third period, but what I do know is Slomsky, Noel, and Lukatic with the goals, and it's 5-5, and we're in overtime. Dieter's going to take the puck, carried in Falk. Falk tries to get around a defender. Falk's going to shoot, saved by Sofford. He comes back down. Dieter in the far corner. Dieter throws one through. It's going to be picked up by Figley. Figley got a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Klingesmith, the only man back. Noel on the opposite side. Throws one through. Noel just wide of the cage. West A does get the puck. It's going to be carried back out this 3-on-3 OT. 3 minutes before we have a shootout if necessary. Wineland into the zone. Wineland's shot's going to be blocked. Picked up and carried the other way. It's going to be Dieter. Dieter, one-on-one. Here we go. Dieter shot. Save! Softford. 2:05 to go in the overtime. Face off to the right of Sofford. It's going to be won by West Allegheny. Back out, Outley. It's going to be picked up. Betta coming the other way. Betta, it gets around a defender, but the defender falls. It keeps him out. Up for Slomsky. Slomsky shot. Save made. Rebounds. He gets his own opportunity. Bounces one behind the cage. Zandora will dump this one up off of the roof, and that's going to be another face-off coming up. Zandora and Dieter. Back it goes, back up, out it goes for Slomsky. Slomsky across. It's going to come back down. Slomsky gets around one defender, has to carry it in. 1:30 remaining in the overtime frame. Slomsky leaves the puck. Betta will take it. Betta has Zandora in front. Zandana in front and will take the puck. He'll lose to keep it in temporarily. But that's going to be Schlesman dumping this one out. Nice play by Zandana to get this one back in. It's going to be all the way the length. Outley gets the puck. He gets hit by Slomsky. Slomsky throws one on the cage. Save made. Rebound comes back. It goes the length. Sofford with the save. Comes back out. He tips it out. Comes all the way out. And that's going to be offside temporarily until they get on. Klingesmith will pass this one through, finds Fink. Fink and Klingesmith will be dumped on, held on to by Sofford. 47 seconds remaining in the overtime frame. Fun thing is neither of these teams have gone to overtime yet this year, let alone a shootout. So we don't know what they're going to do on either side. You're seeing it for the first time like I am. Looks like we have a timeout on the ice. We'll be back with your final 47 seconds and maybe even a shootout.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
47 to go here in overtime. Dieter will step in with Knoll. It'll be one back by Dieter. Falk at the point takes it to the half wall. He'll carry it down behind the cage. Falk looking for Fink in front. He passes it past him. Knoll's going to be in a foot race with him, but Falk's going to beat them both back to the puck. 32 seconds remaining. It'll be passed around for Fink. Fink dumps this one in. It bounces off the stick of Dieter. Back down, Figley. He'll bounce this one up off the boards. It'll stay in the zone. Falk throws one through. Dieter shot just wide of the cage. 15 seconds remaining. It'll be dumped out by West A. That's going to go the length of the ice. We're going to get an icing call. 10.3 seconds remaining in overtime. It's going to come back all the way down to Sauford. Well, if you need more entertainment, the following game will be Hempfield and Armstrong. If I have voice left, I'll be calling that one. It might be 2 periods and me whispering the entire time, but we'll get there. Back down, Dieter behind the cage. Dieter throws one up. It's going to be saved by Sauford. They already waved it off, so 5 seconds to go. We'll have another face-off. Dieter with Falk and Fink. It'll come back out for Falk. Falk throws one through behind the cage. Figley will just dump this one around, and we will have a shootout. Shootout here at Kirk Nevin Arena. 5-5 the regular score, but we'll go into the shootout. I have no case studies for either of these teams in a shootout. I do know that it was 5-0 Greensburg Salem. It was 5-5 at the end of regulation, and we had no goals in overtime, so we are going to have ourselves an old-fashioned shootout. And Greensburg Salem is going to lead. Sorry, West A is going to shoot first, and it's going to be Knoll. Knoll's going to carry it in. He's going to come in around, shot, and score. Knoll's going to get the first goal of the contest for West Allegheny. On the opposite side, Greensburg Salem, it's going to be Luke Dieter for the Golden Lions. He's going to skate up, pick up the puck. Bring it in slowly. Come in, shot, and save made, Sauford. West Allegheny is going to send out Noah Figley. Figley's going to skate up on the puck, make his contact, and carry it in. Big save and a hit by Henry. Little extracurricular after that one. It's going to be Ace Klingensmith for the Golden Lions. Klingensmith carries it in. Shot goes wide. And game on his stick. It's going to be John Wineland, the captain of the Indians. Wineland gets ahead of steam, carries it in. Wineland across the blue, brings it in. Shot, save made! Greensburg Salem down to their last shooter, and if there's a shooter to ever be had, it is Jake Fink. Fink will carry it in. Comes in on Sawford. Fink with the shot. Scores! We go to extra shooters. So West A, they'll send out Aldo Betta. Betta will carry it in. Betta. Shot on, scores! As we're in sudden death. One last chance here. It's gonna be Jeremiah Falk. Falk carries it in. He'll bring it in, shot just wide of the cage. West Allegheny takes the win here this evening. It's West A in a shootout. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to unpack in this one, but what you do need to know, the final score in a shootout, the West Allegheny Indians 6. The Greensburg Salem Golden Lions 5. I am Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me here at Kirk Nevin Arena. Hope to see you back in a couple weeks at Frozen Pond or in about 15 minutes for Armstrong Hempfield. Thank you for joining me this evening. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.